BJP, which has made Tamil Nadu and Kerala, in a sense, also prestige battles, trying to expand their footprint in these states, it's finding it far more challenging to do that. Having said that, they have, I think, won 3 seats today in Kerala.
And how do you, in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, no, but how do you see that in Kerala in particular? It always starts like that, right? It's maybe a couple of seats here, but look what they did in Bengal. It's not the same thing. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but yeah, is it significant?
I'm conscious of the Bengal narrative, Nidhi, because in Bengal they entered the 2016 elections as a 0-seat party. They emerged with 8 seats. By 2021, they took it up to 77, and by 2026, they won 190 odd. So it really is an extraordinary story for the BJP in Bengal. I think in Kerala, they'll find it much more challenging for good reason. I think the cultural context is very important in Kerala. We are a state where all communities have lived together side by side for 2,000 years, or almost that long. I mean, Christianity came soon after it was born, with St. Thomas, doubting Thomas of the Bible, landing in Kerala in the 1st century AD. And Islam came in the lifetime of the Prophet as a sort of message of news brought by Arab traders and merchants who had been trading with Kerala for centuries before the lifetime of the Prophet. So we've lived with both these religions in our midst and seen them as completely natural and normal. And in our Kerala today, there is very little of the kind of communal sentiment on which the BJP has capitalized in northern India. So if you look at the fact that Kerala has given BJP 3 seats this time, 2 of them are in my constituency of Thiruvananthapuram, which is the most hospitable ground for the BJP, if for no other reason than demographic, in that Kerala is 53% Hindu, but Thiruvananthapuram is 68% Hindu. And Kerala's sort of dominant Nair upper caste community is 14% across the state, but is 29% in Thiruvananthapuram. So there can't be any more fertile ground for the BJP to plant its lotus in Kerala than Thiruvananthapuram. And this is why I've had a tough time in some of these last few Lok Sabha elections. I won 2019 with a massive majority. But even there, I lost the specific assembly segment that Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar has now won and become the MLA for. And in 2024, I did lose that one again. So I'm very conscious that there are parts of Thiruvananthapuram which are very, very fertile ground for the BJP. That is simply not so true elsewhere in the state. And elsewhere in the state, they don't have that kind of appeal.
Right. How do you see then, the totality of today's results and their impact nationally on your party to begin with? On the opposition India bloc, you now are down, 2 of your India bloc constituents are sort of down and out, MK Stalin, Mamata Banerjee. You've done well in Kerala today, not so well, in the other states you contested in. Therefore, what is the long-term impact, you think, of this on opposition politics?
Well, the India Alliance was always seen as a national alliance and not specifically as a state alliance. It varies from state to state. In fact, even in South India, we've seen a situation where all the India Alliance parties were together in Tamil Nadu, where Congress, the Communist parties, the Muslim League and the DMK all fought together, whereas right next door in Kerala, the Communists fought against the Muslim League and the Congress. So you've got a very different pattern even right here. And of course, in Bengal, the TMC has been separate from the Congress and the CPM in the last election. And in this election, all 3 fought
But Shashi Tharoor, is there a lesson from the Bengal numbers? Sorry to interrupt. The reason I asked that is that if you look at, for instance, and we'll have more data on this in a little while, but the Muslim vote in Bengal, for example, seems to have got divided between the TMC, the Congress and the left. And I think if you add up the vote share of the opposition in Bengal, it, I think, crosses the BJP's vote share in the state. So if the India Alliance is only going to be a national level alliance, then, is there a bigger message coming out of Bengal that you do need to come together in order to defeat them state by state?
Look,
and as I say this, by the way, the Prime Minister's just arrived at the BJP headquarters.
Right, I'm sure you'll be moving your attention there. But just to say that Yes, and one of the possible messages should be that we all talk to each other about the future. I mean, certainly it's possible that in the next Bengal elections we might fight together as the India Alliance. Who knows? And I think these are decisions that will be made by the right people at the right level. But if you look, for example, at what happened in Tamil Nadu, even though we did fight together, that wasn't good enough in the face of the Vijay wave. So there are issues we have to bear in mind. Nationally, however, I think the prospects are looking good because both the BJP and the opposition have some hard faith. We have gained some wind in our sails from the Kerala victory. We should be going into the elections next year, for example, in Punjab, feeling that just as we took a state we were not ruling in Kerala, we can do the same in Punjab next year. And I do think that it's also become very clear that we do need appropriate state-specific formulae to be able to resist the BJP juggernaut.
Absolutely, sir. I
I'm
wanted
told
to
they're now
ask you.
ruling 22 states. So
yes.
That's not a small number.
एब्सोल्युटली वी कैन सी प्रधानमंत्री आ गए बीजेपी मुख्यालय में, बंगाल की धोती पहनी हुई है उन्होंने. लेकिन थरूर सर, मैं आपसे वो पूछना चाहूँगी सवाल जो आप कुछ देर पहले बोल रहे थे, सीएम कैंडिडेट कौन हो सकता है केरला में, क्योंकि एक बीजेपी कांग्रेस के लिए इतनी महत्वपूर्ण जीत है ये, उस पर भी कहीं बहुत समय ना लगा दे कांग्रेस निर्णय लेने में.
मेरे ख्याल में समय ज्यादा नहीं लगाएंगे क्योंकि सारे कांग्रेस नेता को अच्छी तरह मालूम है कि इस अवसर पर हमें कॉन्फिडेंस के हमें मिले हैं, इसको अगर है तो जल्दी तय करना चाहिए कि कैसे आगे बढ़ाएंगे. मेरे ख्याल कांग्रेस पार्टी की मीटिंग बुला सकते हैं ताकि सारे उम्मीदवार जो जीते हैं यहाँ आके कुल मिले और कोई दिल्ली से आके उनसे बात कर सकते हैं कल या परसों, और उसके बाद मेरे ख्याल में एक दिन के राय जानते हुए एक तय कर सकते हैं. मेरा सोच है कि ये बहुत ज्यादा डिले नहीं होने वाला है और जैसे अंग्रेजी में कहते हैं as soon as possible, ये पॉसिबल काफी जल्दी होने वाला है इस हफ्ते.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर जुड़ने के लिए डिकोडर से और बातचीत करने के लिए, और इंतज़ार रहेगा कि मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा केरला में कौन सा होगा यूडीएफ और कांग्रेस को इस जीत के बाद.